Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. I just couldn't believe what was going on. The clothes I was made to wear made me physically leave my house and walk almost 10 blocks to school, where a dance was going on. As soon as I walked through the main door of the gym, the clothes stopped me. I almost fell over when the clothes stopped moving forward all of a sudden. My feet were stuck to the floor, so I gave up and stood still in my lacy black dress and long blonde-haired wig, waiting for whatever was next. The wait wasn't too long. I looked across the gym and saw my sister looking right at me almost as soon as I had calmed down as much as I could under the circumstances. She smiled and said a few words to her friends. She then walked toward me and stopped right in front of me. "Oh my goodness, look what the cat brought in! So, how's your evening been? Are you already having fun? Please, Chelsea, why is this happening?" She answered slowly, almost like she didn't want to, while I nervously looked around, afraid that someone would recognize me. "Well, I have two ideas about what's going on. Either you've been into my room and putting on my clothes, or you were trying to rob me. How did you know? Either way, you fell into a big trap, and lying to me won't help you. Chelsea, please don't think that. I really wanted to go to the dance tonight, but I just didn't have enough money." "You did? Is that all you wanted to borrow from me, or did you think you could get away with more? Perhaps even all of my money. After all, what could I tell my dad about keeping all that money from him?" I couldn't meet her eyes, so I looked down at the floor, which was all Chelsea needed to know. I couldn't believe she didn't yell because it was clear she was very angry. "You are stupid. I've been saving every bit for more than 4 months so that I can leave our parents. You thought you could just walk into my life and steal it, didn't you? Right now, you should have all of my money with you. If so, give me everything back." She held out her purse, and I put all the money that I had just a few minutes before thought was mine back into it. "And since we're talking about our parents, have you thought about how you'll explain your desire to be a woman to them? Please, our parents can't see me this way." When I looked up, she was smiling at me. When I realized how bad my position was, I could feel myself going down. My voice was hard to hear over the dances at the school dance, which marked the end of the night. "What do I have to do, Chelsea? I think you're just now realizing how good things are for you. You should also know that since you and your friends have been annoying to me and my friends, I should just sit back and watch the fireworks when you show up to school on Monday in this dress. It will be even better when our parents come." "No, not in school." "What do I have to do, sister?" "Well, I won't make it easy for you. So tell me what you want. James, you can do many things. You can leave me whenever you want. Try getting up on your feet." When I did that, I was surprised to find that I wasn't stuck to the floor anymore. But I didn't think I'd get off so easily, and Chelsea's smile proved it. "So I could finally go home?" "Yes, but first and foremost, you need to figure out how to get out of that outfit. Know that if you try to tell someone what's really going on, this dress, wig, will all come right off. So if you try to say you've been stuck in this outfit, you won't be very convincing. Chelsea, please, how should I help you?" "Oh yes, isn't that the real question?"
"So here we go. First, from now on, you will dress like a girl. You always wanted to be a girl, so I'm helping you be your real self. There is nothing wrong with embracing your true identity. Be the girl you've always wanted to be, and don't let anyone make you feel ashamed or embarrassed about it. Second, you're joining my friends and I tonight and will go out with us when we go nightclubbing. We've been looking for a 9th member to complete our routines, and I think the new you will be the perfect fit. I'm about to introduce you to them, and I might say a few things about your interest in cross-dressing. They're all open-minded and accepting, so don't worry about any judgment or negativity. Just be yourself and have a great time with us tonight. Third, and most importantly, you will never treat my friends badly again. If you do, your parents finding out about your secret life. Have I explained myself well? I'm sorry, Chelsea. No, you don't know what sorry means. If you try to get out of being a girl, everybody will knows. It's a win-win, really, so follow me, and I'll introduce you to your new friends." She then turned around and started walking back toward the group of goth girls who were talking in the corner of the gym. After a moment, I knew I had to go along with her or else my life would get even worse. I took a few steps before Chelsea turned around, put one finger in front of my face, and stopped me.
And there's one more thing I want you to know. You need to make it clear to my friends that you are a crossdresser and want to transition into a real girl. When she smiled at me, it made my stomach drop. James, just start accepting who you really are. Now hurry up and go meet the girls. As a bit of a warning, do you know who the cute girl with the red shirt and red skirt is? I think so. Isn't her name Patricia? Yes, but you should know that she really likes boys in dresses, and you are just about the cutest cross-dresser I've ever seen, so good luck with her. Just accept who you are. Come on. So with that last scary piece of information in mind, I walked timidly across the gym to where my sister's friends were talking. As we got closer, a few of her friends looked at us, but the rest just kept doing whatever they had been doing before, like making art, reading, or drinking a secret drink. The brunette I only knew as Raven stood up and took a step toward us. She was the biggest of them all. Hey, see, who's the princess? Well, girls, I don't want to talk too much about my brother James, but I think you've all met him, right? She pointed at me, and all the girls stopped what they were doing and slowly turned toward me. Several of them walked up to me, and as they ringed me while laughing and giggling, I was surrounded by them. One of them finally turned toward my sister. Oh, my lord. Is this really your brother? So, Chelsea, what is going on? Well, I should probably let my brother explain it, but he's been into costumes for as long as I can remember, and I told him that if he ever got the courage to go out in public, I'd bring her to the group. Is that true, brother? At this point, almost all of the color had left my face, which probably went well with the goth look. I followed Chelsea's lead and tried to make it sound like this was all a good reason. Yes, I've been kind of bugging Chelsea about all this girl stuff. And I'm really scared to be here, but I'm glad she brought me here to meet all of you. Scared was definitely true. All of the girls seemed to like what I said, and while some of them kept crowding around me, others, including Patricia and Raven, went up to my sister and started a lively conversation that I couldn't hear but was sure was about me. The other girls crowded around me, and I was starting to enjoy all the attention. They would also sometimes make statements that I liked. This is really neat. You are very cute. I need to find a dress like yours. James, you look great. Now, hold on. I don't like the name James for her. At that last comment, they all started talking at once, and as they decided on a name for me, they brought my sister and the others into the chat. They ended up in a football-style group for a few minutes before getting up. Then my sister took my hands and told all the girls that my name was Astrid. I think our group may have just found our 9th member if you all accept Astrid. They all cheered, and I couldn't help but imagine them as a goth cheerleading team. As soon as they stopped fighting, my sister grabbed my hands and asked if I was ready to go out. What do you mean, go outside? Astrid, well, after these lame school dances, we usually go out and dance. About 3 blocks away, there's a nice place that's a lot of fun. Even drinks are brought to us. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So the girls walked out of the gym with me, their newest member, and went off campus. They stopped at a door on a side street that didn't look like much. All of the girls knew the staff, and my sister made sure to introduce Astrid to everyone as we walked around the club. At last, all the girls gathered in the darkest part of the club, where 2 of them set up what Chelsea said was the absinthe station for the group. She took one of the cups and smiled as she gave it to me. Astrid, have fun. I think you'll find that tonight is a lot more fun than you thought it would be. When I took a sip, the licorice taste was pretty good. My sister told me it was a delicate drink. Be careful of the green fairy, though, or you might wake up in a ditch. Already, everything is so strange I just drank it. You will enjoy drinking this. If you're getting nervous, I could always ask Patricia to help you calm down, since she's already been asking about you. I took the glass and with shame and took another sip to show her that everything was fine. Chelsea must have had something else in mind for me. Sister, I'm not so sure about that. And if you think about it, Patricia is a lot cuter than any other girl you could date, you know. She then waved for Patricia to come with us. Patricia came over with a big smile on her face. So, Patricia, Astrid is really scared about going out in public for the first time, and she needs your help. How would you feel about being her date for the night? We both responded to Chelsea's idea at the same time. I was a little surprised, but Patricia was clearly thrilled. Yes, of course. Astrid is really nice. Just tell me what she's looking for." "Well, that depends a little bit. Astrid probably needs another drink and maybe some dancing to calm down. Just do what Patricia says, Astrid, and have fun." She then went back to the others, and I looked at Patricia with a sheepish grin as she took my arm and led me back to the absinthe station and filled my glass. Based on how things had been going so far, the rest of the night consisted mostly of dancing and talking with the girls. When Chelsea and I were getting ready to leave, the only thing that surprised me was when Patricia put her arms around me, kissed me, and whispered how beautiful she thought I was. The others kind of oohed and awed when she took a piece of paper out of her bag and gave it to me with a note saying I could call her whenever I wanted. Chelsea and I walked back home, and we got there around 1 a.m. As we walked around our neighborhood, I thought back to the early evening and realized I could still be in a lot of trouble. "I almost forgot, Chelsea, but Mr. Thompson saw me when I was dancing. Don't be afraid of him. He will have forgotten everything by tomorrow morning. Also, don't worry about your parents. They'll be skiing until tomorrow night, so you won't have to worry about them. If their plans change, they'll call. So, Astrid, good night." "So long, Chelsea." After that, I went to bed, and because of everything that had happened that day, I fell asleep almost as soon as my head hit the pillow. The last things I did were to move one of the ponytails that was scratching my cheek away from my face and smooth out the dress where it had bunch up under me. It was almost as if the clothes had to give me one last femininity feel before letting me finally go to sleep. I didn't know what time it was, but when my sister woke me up and told me to go to her room, it was just getting light outside. I almost fell asleep as I followed her to her room. When we got there, she sat down on the bed and pointed to a white lace apron hanging on the door of her closet. "That is called a pinafore, and you should wear it over your dress." "Over my skirt?" "Why?" "Because you will look great while you clean my room in your new job as my maid." "Chelsea, really? I told you that I would be nice to you and your friends, but I don't know about this. Look, brother, I've read one of your comments, and it said you really wanted to be a maid for a day, so here you go." "How?" "Well, yes, you are right. I actually really liked last night and really helped me realize who I am. I'm going to get a glass of orange juice from the kitchen. When I come back, you'll be wearing your pretty new apron and putting my clothes that you kicked around into the laundry bin. Then you'll clean my room for a few hours. You make the decision." After saying that, she turned around and walked down the hall. I knew I wanted this, so I put on the pinafore and tied it behind me. When Chelsea came back into her room, I had just put a second pile of clothes in the bin. She just smiled and put her glass on the table. Then she slid onto her bed and picked up a book. "So, Astrid, are you going to be good from now on?" "I promise, Chelsea. I'm a girl." "Good job. I think everything will work out fine." She then started reading her book, and I reached down to finish picking up the clothes I had been fighting with the night before. As I gathered the last of the clothes, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. Maybe letting my parents and the world know about my true identity as a girl was the right decision after all. I couldn't wait to see what the future held for me, now that I was living authentically. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.